So in the first race of the training block, I managed to clock a 16:04. Our next sub 16 attempt is in 13 days time. And so I'm out here in week 5 with another speed session, aiming to get that little bit closer to that sub 16. So I'll get the warm up done and we'll talk about what the workout is when we get down there. So here we are back out in Linear Park, just at the entrance of where we're going to start these reps. So what have we got today? Well, we're just starting to dial in to that 5k pace. So we have 12 by 400 meter reps. The difference here is I'm splitting them into 3 sets. So I'm going to do 4 by 400, 4, 8, 12, okay? And the first 3 of each set are going to be around goal 5k pace. If you've seen the last few series, the last few episodes, you'll know that I've been pushing the pace on these 400s all the way through, but I've had slightly longer rests. So what I'm going to do, the first 3, hopefully around 72 to 74 seconds, or with 60 seconds rest. The 4th one on each set, I'm going to push hard, all right? So it's going to be 9 400s worth of solid 5k work, and 3 of them are going to be faster. And after each 400 set, I'll take an extra minute's rest. So I'll get the first 4 by 400 done, and after that one, rather than 60 seconds, I'll have 2 minutes just to catch my breath. But I'm hoping to run those around what I have been running them in, which is 67, 68, 69. So that's the goal today. Beautiful weather. Conditions have dried up massively because we have been very fortunate with the weather in spring so far this month. So this should be perfect running conditions. A little bit of light dust on the trail, but it should be perfect. So we'll get the drills and strides done. Drills and strides done. Let's see what control we have. If you follow the last couple of episodes, not last week's because it was the 200s, but the 2 before, you'll know that my control over these isn't very good. So I'm going to start really calm. Even if I run a 75, 76 for this first one, that's fine. We'll just gently work into it. I want to be able to rip those last 400s of each set. 1, go. Okay, so as we get rolling into this session, let me explain the purpose here. So I mentioned briefly earlier, but the first 4 weeks have consisted of very fast speed session each week, bar the last week, which I replaced that with a race. As we move through the block, these speed sessions start to get a bit more control with some specific race pace thrown in, which is starting today. But it's also really important for me to also keep some faster than race pace reps in there, which is why this is one of those perfect sessions that mesh those 2 elements together. Right, set off a bit quick, as usual, 72, but that second one, 74 or 75. A little bit windy coming this way, that's okay. That was more controlled, and it's like 5:01 per mile. That is perfect, it is sub 16 pace. This is what I need. One more controlled one, and then we'll rip a fast one. 71 or 72, wind is definitely a factor, so these are going to be slightly quicker, felt controlled, but it's a factor. So I started this first hard rep feeling so much better than previous weeks, but then it's no surprise because I was running those 400s around 68 to 71 anyway. But with these harder reps in this workout, I had a license to push the pace down to those sort of levels again. And as always, it's all about elevating those effort levels and getting your body to deal with that before locking back into race pace. Effectively, it's like practicing surging within a race. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Around the halfway mark now, and I felt like I'd settled back into a nice rhythm after that hard rep. Things were moving smoothly, and there was no doubt in my mind that I wouldn't complete the workout, which is quite rare for me when I'm running these sort of interval workouts. I was just trying to tick the reps off one by one and get through them nice and controlled. There we go, that was like a 73 on both of them, was it? Something like that. Perfect. One more controlled and another ripper. 3. Another 72 or 73. We are locked in. Time for a ripper. Felt good approaching this next hard rep. I allowed myself to push a bit more into the wind because the last one hadn't taken too much out of me. That was another 69 into the wind. I'd love to do one of the fast ones that way, but it's just not going to work out that way today. So one more set to go. On to the final set now. Felt good post hard rep, so just wanted to let this one play out naturally and didn't want to force anything. Let's get it done. What a great session. Beautiful sun, burning hot for here in the UK. Love it. 73, 73 I think that last one was actually 75, 74. It was 5 flat per mile, so still under sub 16 pace. In my mind I was thinking save some for the last ripper. So 30 seconds, here we go. 2, 1, go.
Keep going. I'm right on your tail.
I couldn't see on the watch, but 4:33 per mile, so 68 I think. Good way to finish. Wind's picking up actually. That was tough in that last one. Come on, a really good session that one. Another good confidence booster. Grateful for my daughter for coming out and filming. As I've said in multiple videos, I like to start these training blocks with paces over and under, and then as we get closer to the goal race, squeeze them down till we start practicing some race specific stuff. And I think we're a week away now from the halfway mark, so it is time, and I penciled in now to start with some race specific work. So that's what today was all about. Volume had slightly gone up on the speed session, now at 12 by 400, so getting in just shy of 5k worth of work, and roughly, my maths isn't great at the moment, but around 3.5 of that, whatever, was at goal pace, and or slightly quicker than, but the goal was to hover around goal 5k pace, which all sat I think between like 4:52, 53 per mile and 5:01, 5:02, which is grand. And then we ripped those 3x400s at the end of every set, so felt really good. Obviously rest came down from 75 to 60 seconds, so we're all just squeezing it down, starting to feel the pinch, but we're feeling good. And Coros has quite a nifty little feature in its training hub where if you go into the workout and select, hold control key and select each rep on the desktop, it totals up the total time of those reps. So I'd be keen to see what 5k time or nearly 5k time or average pace for all of those reps it would have me at. We'll go and have a look now. So there we go, I got back home, I went into the Coros app, I clicked on each of those reps and it totaled a time of 14 minutes, I think, and 28 seconds, covering 2.98k, so very close to that 5k mark, of course, the session. If I extrapolate that over a full 5k distance, it ended up being 4:52 per mile, basically. That gave me a time of a 15 minute and 1 second 5k. Now, probably only UK people will get this reference, but if any of you remember a few years ago, the Barkeley 5k challenge that everyone was doing, that was basically a Premier League footballer who logged a 15-minute 5k, but it ended up being exactly the same as this type of thing, where he just logged the reps and stopped the watch during the reps. A bit of fun, really. So that's why I wanted to kind of add that up and basically see like where that pace ended up. Yeah, average 4:52 per mile, so really happy with that. Of course, that is way above what my target 5k pace is. I'm just trying to go under 5:09, but it's great to see that the session feels really good. And it's actually really interesting because it's something that I've never struggled with to hit top end paces. Like my zone 1 and 2, they're really strong, probably my biggest strength in my running, a very good aerobic base. My top end is pretty good as well. My top end speed, I can turn the legs over fast. I think that comes from being a winger in football for many years. I've got that speed, I've got that explosiveness in me, and for a shorter distance, that's okay. It's those actual race paces, threshold area that I really need to work on in and around, above and below. That is what needs to happen in the last few weeks. And of course, that's what's going to be worked on a lot over the summer as well. That is my massive weakness. So for me, obviously moving into the second half of the block, the workouts to complement these speed workouts are going to be very much around that 5k race pace, 10k as well, really to just try and get a bit stronger in those areas, because I feel like if I strengthen that up, of course, then hopefully I should fly. I'm really excited for Battersea, really happy with how things have gone. Now, if you missed my last 5k attempt, which was only last week, I'll leave the video up in this top corner up here for you to go and have a look at if you missed that one. I just missed out on sub 16, but if you want to see a more successful one where I got to that sub 33 10k I've been chasing for a long time, check out, I can't even point my finger down there, this video down here. That was for the Pulford 10k, and I'll see you guys over on one of those.